Hi everybody, how are you? What I'm going to do in at least one of these videos is to go through the answers and solutions to the review problems that you guys were working on in class. I may have covered some of these with you, but I'm putting these on videotape so that you guys, if you missed it because of the field trip a couple of you had, or you may not have gotten them in class, all the notes down. As you can see, I have all the different notes down for the problems that we did. This video is probably only going to cover the part about systems of equations, and so you can take anything down, go back, rewind it, anything like that. All right, starting with number one, it should be the easiest one of all of them. Solving a system, you need to be able to solve the point. And so the answer for that one is going to be 0, 2 is the point at which they both share. Most people do substitution with this, getting x to equal 3y minus 6, and then substitute it back in. You could do elimination, not a problem if you want to multiply this by 3, and then do your subtraction. For those of you that are good with your calculator, and learned and can do RREF, you could make a matrix with 3, 4, 8, 1, negative 3, negative 6, 2, and be able to get that set up. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is similar. If you're good with the calculator and RREF, you could punch that in as a matrix. But I also did the workout here for people that we're doing elimination. So if you were going to do elimination, you would probably say that 3y and 2y, make them both be 6y, which means you need to multiply this equation, everything by 2 to get that, multiply everything here by 3 to get that, and then do a subtraction. Okay, then do a subtraction. 6y minus 6y is 0y. And you will work your way down so that x equals 3. Substitute 3 back into one of the equations. I chose this one. Putting 3 back in, and you'll get y is 5. Okay, so you guys should be pretty good on those. I'm not going to take a lot of time on those. If you want to do RREF, please do that too. All right, number 3 I liked. This is an SAT type question where these would be your 4 multiple choice answers. When given this system, are there 0 solutions, 1 solution, 2 solutions, or more than 2 solutions? Now, more than 2 solutions is often referred to as infinite solutions. All right? And so what you need to do is find the slope of each one, because the slope is going to determine the properties of the system fit into one of those 3 categories, either 0 solutions, 1 solution, or more than 2 solutions, right there. So for 0 solutions, they have the same slope and different y-intercept. And if you take this equation and make it 2y equals negative 6x plus 3, divide everything by 2, you will get this equation. So this equation simplifies to be that. This equation simplifies to this. They're both in slope-intercept form. We have the same slope. So if we have the same slope but different y-intercepts, that fits the category of 0 solutions. It means they're parallel, folks, because they have the same slope but different y-intercepts. One solution means that the equations would have different slopes, and it doesn't matter what the y-intercept is. That's what this type of graph, this is what it would look like as a graph. Two lines that cross and they share a point. The point is the one solution right there. Zero solutions because they're parallel. You can't have exactly two solutions with two lines. They either cross, they're parallel, or they're the same line. And that's this one right here. More than two solutions, same slope, same y-intercept. It's the same line. Can you guys keep it down, please? Thank you. It's the same line right here, which has the same slope and same intercept. So if this was negative 3x plus 2, and this was negative 3x plus 2, they would be crossing the y-intercept at the same point.
That's what we want to know if it's okay if we just quietly set up your fish tank.
Yes.
Sorry, we'll be back in a minute. We didn't get it.
So, if this was negative 3x plus 2 and this was negative 3x plus 2, the y-intercept would be at positive 2. The slope is down in here, so it's a negative slope, and it would be the same line, right on top of each other. If they were the same, they would be on top of each other, the same line, same slope, same intercept, same line. There's more than two solutions, right? Now, that leads you to number 4, which asked you to write a system for 0 solutions, 1 solution, and more than 2 solutions. And so, as long as your equations fit these properties, then they'll be right. You could have an infinite amount of answers for number 4 on that. So that's writing down the system there. All right, now, how much time do I have left? I have 2 minutes to be able to solve number 5. And it's on the camera. So, to solve number 5, the question says, for number 5, what's the value of A is what we're trying to find. But A and B are constants in this system. So what we want to do, and it has infinite amount of solutions. That's what it says. I didn't write that right here, but I did write it on the board when you took that down in class. So the conditions are infinite amount of solutions, which means it's the same slope and same intercept, same line, everything has to be the same. So what we do is make this look like this. And so what do? We have to multiply this equation by negative 5. So now we have this being the same, this is going to be the same, and this is going to be the same. So we know that they're infinite solutions. They're all going to be the same. So the question then, that means B is 10, right? Because if they're the same, then B equals 10. But they're asking you what A equals 2. So if this equals this, A equals negative 7 over negative 5, which equals positive 7/5. And this is an SAT problem taken from a released SAT section, and that would be what A equals there. I will be doing a second video that covers the second half of the problems that you guys are doing in class.